DX is used by a lot of Japanese companies particularly to talk about how they are essentially getting with the program in the 21st century. They're embracing digital technology. But what I started to feel and feel now very strongly is that what's getting left behind is the actual real human being. So digital transformation, obviously that makes our lives easier. It makes it easier for us to get things done efficiently and effectively. But at the end of the day, we are all members of many different communities. And if we do not have a fully resourceful personality, those communities are going to suffer, is the way that I think about it at the end of the day. In the old days, everybody was resourceful because they had to be. If they weren't resourceful, the community to which they belonged would start to weaken and collapse. But if you had mechanisms in the community for bringing out the resourcefulness of each individual, there's a better chance that community is going to survive. You've done an incredible job of bringing out the resourcefulness of your members at the Tokyo American Club. And that's why the Tokyo American Club is now a very vibrant, successful community. That's the second plug today.
Thank you.
Village in the countryside where they had a lot of snow in the winter. How are we going to get through to spring? So you had to be able to draw out the full potential of everybody in the community just to survive. It wasn't about, how are we going to live a peaceful, abundant, happy life. That was just not a conceivable target. It was just, how are we going to get through to spring? And that required bringing out the skills that were available in the community. You can't waste time in that context. It's life or death. And so through that kind of activity in the Japanese countryside in many, many different places, they started coming up with a set of values, a set of ways of thinking and being and doing that enabled the community to keep going. And of course, some of them did fail. But you end up with a kind of a Darwinian set of survival values. And a Japanese professor that I know called Furukawa Ryuzo, he interviewed something like 600 people aged 90 and over, Japanese people mainly, about what life was like before convenience.
How long ago was this?
He started about 15 years ago. So when they were 90 years old 15 years ago, they were already a pretty good, they were adults basically before the Second World War. And before the Second World War, around regional Japan, there was no expectation of convenience.